fraction of the cost.
Hi, I'm Alicia. Come shop with us at the River Center Plaza on North Broadway in Rochester.
ABC 6 News is brought to you by Weather Shield.
Welcome back. We're continuing to follow that breaking news just outside of our studios. Police say there's an armed man who is threatening to kill himself or others, including police. We are going to go back to check in on ABC 6 News anchor Robin Wolfram. Robin, how are things going now?
So, Alex, we're still outside the station here on Salem Road Southwest on the side of the TJ Maxx Plaza, of course, where our TV station is, KAAL. You can see some of the flashing lights. We are in a situation that essentially is a lockdown, both inside where the yellow tape is. Everyone inside the station is in lockdown. However, it's interesting to note that the TJ Maxx Plaza is not in lockdown. People can leave, but they can't go back in. And that's the situation here. Randy, myself, one of our producers, all showed up at 2 o'clock for our normal shift. We weren't able to get in, but we did need the equipment, of course, to set up this live shot in Randy's weather tonight. So we did have one of our reporters come out to deliver all of this equipment so we could bring you the latest on this story. But he's not allowed to go back in. And this will be the situation until this is resolved, and hopefully in a peaceful manner. So again, it happened at 2 o'clock today here in the plaza. And one of our producers was just stepping outside for a brief moment. His name is Paul Dunn. Happens to be his birthday today, too. And Paul, what did you experience today right at 2 o'clock? You were here just as this was starting to happen.
Yep, I stepped out for a cigarette at about 2 o'clock. As I was finishing up, I opened my door, and a black van comes screeching in the parking lot with two or three cops running behind it. At first, I actually assumed that that was the car in question that was holding the suspect, but it quickly became clear that that was a police van, some sort of SWAT vehicle. And as I'm trying to kind of figure out what's going on, two cops kind of come from behind my car holding ARs saying, you gotta go, he has a gun, just kind of making sure that I get out of the area. So I didn't have even time to think, I just took off. I ran to the lobby of Wildwoods, stood out there, tried to kind of gather some information, figure out what was going on, figure out if there's any issues with safety towards the public. Right now, we heard from Chief Franklin, who said there is no threat to the public. It's just a person in crisis, but safety is top of mind out here right now. So yeah, we're just hoping that this all gets resolved peacefully, but that's pretty much all I know.
Okay, I'm going to backtrack just real quick, because as we look at the situation right here, we know that you were right by that garage door, and that's exactly where the person in crisis's vehicle is. And so police came in apparently behind him. You might not even recognize that that's where that van was, right?
Yes, it's actually a possibility that I walked by it without noticing it. There's often cars parked there. It's a handicap spot, so I don't pay much attention to cars that are parked there. It could be someone just visiting the plaza. I'm not 100% sure he was parked there. It was either I walked right past him, or 30 seconds after I walked out, he pulled in. So I'm pretty thankful for the fact that I didn't get into some sort of confrontation with this person.
Yeah. So, quick question. You were just coming into the building. What was it about the police coming up and say, get out of here, that you felt the need to cross over into Wildwoods as opposed to going right back into the building?
Well, it became clear that he was right by the door, so it would have been hard to get in. And just the tone of the police officers and the weapons that they were carrying definitely suggested that this wasn't some sort of drill. They weren't kidding around. This was a serious situation, and I had to get out of there.
Yeah, Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We're certainly glad you made it out okay. And again, Randy and I were coming into work at 2 o'clock about the same time. I wasn't able to get in. Randy was able to get in. He parked right here. This is his black truck. But once he pulled in, police said, you can either stay or go, but you got to get out of here. And so Randy just ran. He came into Wildwoods as well. We're going to talk to him coming up in just a couple minutes about what he experienced. When I came here, same thing. Just came right here where this police car is. Nothing was cordoned off as of yet. So it was interesting. I noticed cars blocking. I'm like, why are people blocking off my direct route to work? So as I pulled up to try to get through where there was an opening, immediately a police car came. He got out of the car and said, get out of here, get out of here. So I was most concerned about what was going on at the station. Was everybody okay? And he said everyone was locked down, everyone was safe. didn't know what the situation is, but now we do know. It's a man in crisis, threatening suicide, threatening to kill anybody who comes near him or tries to stop him. We have been listening to police communicate with him with a megaphone. We've heard the man actually yelling out his window. I have actually communicated with the man's girlfriend. He has been back and forth in communication with her. Police, when I was standing there, had asked, tell him to please drop the gun out the window. And she asked him to do that, and he refused. So that's the situation that we know right now. We're waiting this thing out. We certainly hope for a positive resolution to this. And I just want to mention right now that mental illness is a very, very serious thing. We certainly hope that this resolves peacefully. We hope that this man gets the help that he needs. And yeah, we just, we're going to stay and wait it out. And again, just hope and pray that this ends peacefully. We'll continue to follow the situation, Alex, and we will bring you any updates, and certainly check back with us with any questions that you might have on the situation.
Thank you, Rob. And now if you've just joined us once again, there's a man in crisis right outside of our studios here at ABC6 across the highway from the Apache Mall. Law enforcement is on scene here. We are allowed to leave the station, but at this time, no one is allowed back in. Please stay clear of this area. We will continue to bring you the latest on air and online. Stay with us. Randy will have weather first right after the break.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new